All right, so what's up, guys? This is a video that I really never intended on making, but I think that it's really, really important that I do make this video for multiple reasons. You're in business, you are discovering business, and business ethics is a huge part of business. So let's talk about that. All right, so I'm not gonna wait around in the weeds too much here. I'm gonna go straight to it. So, the first thing that could come up is getting into a bad deal that you thought was a good deal, right? Where you thought all the upside was on your end and you got suckered, right? And that just sucks, right? It means that, somebody else or a group of people had bad business ethics and they just weren't, on the same page as you, and you fell for it and you went with it and it just wasn't a good idea, right? A second concept of bad business ethics could be partnering, right, with a wrong individual, somebody that you thought that you knew, right? Someone you thought that you knew fully, and they turned out to be an entirely different person, right? And at the end of the day, you just can't help that because you can only know what you know on the surface level, right? So it's really, really important to vet that out. And the last one is, right, if you get into some sort of scenario and you start, doing bad deals, right? Bad deals for the clients, right? So for instance, this would be like a cash grab, if your partner or if your partners, right, just want to do cash grabs and, get the money from people and not exactly deliver value and not deliver high quality service. Like, that's an issue, that's bad business ethics. And you don't want to have any part of that. So those are just a few of my personal experiences, right? But here's the cool thing. You can learn from all of these experiences. And that's exactly what I'm about to tell you right now. Every single lesson that I've learned from working with people, working with groups, working, for the past 5 years in the recruiter empire space, in the recruiting space, in the software space, in the real estate space, all of these things, who these people are, why they do what they do, and how to look out for what's going to go wrong. Eventually, you will develop a sixth sense about these things, right? A spidey sense, if you will, where something's just not right. Something doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And you'll feel it. You'll feel it in your gut. Trust me. Your gut has neurons in it, right? That will fire back to your brain and tell you, hey, this is not right. This doesn't feel right. It's usually not right, right? So you'll develop this sense. And when you do, you need to listen to it. Otherwise, you'll be bamboozled, and in the end, you might even be out tons of money. It could be all kinds of things, right? But you want to develop that sense over time, right? So that you don't get bamboozled, so that you don't get screwed, so that you don't get in these situations that are just bad for you. All right, so ultimately, here is my personal business ethics advice for you. Don't worry, it's short, stay to the end. You'll definitely want to hear all of this because if you plan on being in business for a while, you are absolutely 100%, I can almost guarantee it, going to come up against any of these, and I want you to be prepared. So let me go through these. I'll give you these one by one. Trust me, they're short. Stay to the end. I will give you exactly what to look out for. All right, guys, so the first things first is primarily providing value and service to your clientele, to your customers, right? So if you're in a situation where you're in a partnership or, whatever it is, right? A company or a group that you've developed, right? I'm not talking about working at a 9-to-5 or anything like that. I'm talking about being an entrepreneur. And the focus isn't on the customer, right? It's not customer centric. That is a bad deal. That's a bad situation to be in. You don't want to be in those situations. If it's not customer focused, customer centric, where everything is about the customer, everything revolves around the customer need, the customer want, the customer desire, like all of those things, that's why the customer pays you, right? So if those things aren't front and center, that's, business ethics number one. Dip out. be done. All right, so number two, red flag to look out for with business ethics. Things that I've experienced, things that I've personally been through. The money, right? Everything for most people that are unethical in business revolves around the almighty dollar. So with that being said, if the numbers, right? If the cash flow, the cash projections, right? If those things don't add up or they don't look right, or, nobody's focusing on them heavily, or if it just flat out looks like a cash grab, right? No care for the customer, let's just make as much money as possible, right? That's not a proper equation. That doesn't add up, right? You have to have equal value for the customer and equal return in monetary compensation. If those things don't add up, that means you're in a bad partnership, right? It's a sour partnership and it's not good. So financial projections, the money, how the money's being used is another one, right? And these are all things that are in partnerships or groups or whatever it is, right? Inside of your team, right? Look out for these things. If these things don't line up, just dip out. All right, so number 3, this is focusing on continuous improvement and development and innovation of the products or services that you offer, right? So any good ethical business is going to be very, very focused and honed in on what products, what services, what things can we do better, right? What things can we serve the customer with a better level, right? What can we do to take them to a higher level, right? Those are the things that ethical businesses do. Unethical businesses or unethical entrepreneurs simply focus on one thing and one show pony, right? And collect the cash and dip out. So that's how those things work. If you're in a scenario where that's happening, you don't want to be there, right? Not a good deal. You need to be innovating, you need to be improving, you need to be increasing the value, right? The value of your products and services. So if you're not doing that, dip out. Not a good partnership. All right, so how about this one? This kind of sums things up, right? So building trust both with your internal team, whether it be, you and a partner or you and 3-4 partners, and building trust with your customers, right? Trust is one of those things that is almost impossible to get back, right? So it's imperative that you build this into your business, right? Ethical businesses are trusted, right? They are trusted to do what they say they're going to do when someone pays them, right? Unethical businesses get paid, but then they don't deliver the value on what they were paid on, right? Doesn't add up, doesn't make sense. Again, cash grab, right? So those things don't make sense. And I'll tell you guys off the cuff, right? Oftentimes, this is why I'm a lone wolf, right? Yeah, I know I have a team of about 10 people that work with me, but all 10 of those people are in different departments. They do different things in Recruiter Empire, my main company. And with that being said, they do their thing, but I focus on kind of the lion's share of what I need to do, which is content and overseeing the back end, overseeing the front end, and just kind of working on the business, not in the business, right? Whereas all the 10 members of my team are working in the business, right? So that's sort of how it's deviated. And with that being said, I'm a lone wolf in that sense because I don't want a partner, right? I don't want a 50-50. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make sense to me, right? I don't want a 60-40 split. I don't want that stuff. It doesn't make sense to me because I want to make ethical decisions every single step of the way. I want to serve the customer at the utmost level possible. And that's super, super important to me above anything else, right? Impact, changing people's lives, helping more people. Those are the most important things above the almighty dollar. Because at the end of the day, let's be real, the almighty dollar will always come when you deliver value. Nothing chases value faster than money. I've always said that before, and that's that. So listen, I can't say it enough. ethical business is so critical to your operation that you need to just ensure every little facet of what you do is done ethically. Hey guys, so remember to be ethical, it pays more, and also remember to join our Facebook group, Recruiter Empire, link in description. There's over 16,000 recruiters in the group, including myself, where you can learn, collaborate. We have trainings in there, all kinds of stuff. You definitely want to join the group. Link in description. It's the first line you will see. Click that, join the group. I will see you in the group, and you will see me in my next video.